Creepy Girl here with 3 new movie reviews. Today I'm going to review Ghoul, a film that was written by Brian Keene on Chiller, Battle Royale, an Asian version kind of the Hunger Games, and the one I've been waiting to see and finally got to see, Cabin in the Woods. Okay, first I'm going to start off with Ghoul. I heard the book by Brian Keene was really good, so that made me really want to see this. And Nolan Gould from Modern Family stars in this, and I love him, so I was really anxious to see this movie. It was a really good story, but the acting was like not believable at all. It was a very emotional part that the kids played, and they were really just not, I don't want to say they're not good actors because Nolan is awesome on Modern Family, but in this film they just, I don't know if it was rushed or what, but the acting was horrible. The story was a really good story. I mean, I was really anxious from each scene to see what was going to happen next, but it wasn't really a horror movie like blood and guts and scary monsters. It was more dealing with issues of families, like dysfunctional families, and you know, there was a little moral to the story at the end, and it wasn't really what I expected. It kind of felt like, you know, R.L. Stine's Goosebumps, but with very adult subject matter. I felt like it was kind of made for kids to watch, but really inappropriate for them to watch. It would have been a better film if they would have made it more adult. They could have put a lot more, you know, of the vicious part of it in it. They kind of made it kind of foofy. But, I mean, it was a really good story, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because it kept me interested and I really liked the story. Just the acting was so horrible. But sorry, Nolan, I still love you. The next movie I'm going to review is Battle Royale. This is an Asian film, basically about a bunch of kids get put on an island and they all have to kill each other. And there can only be one survivor. And if there's not only one survivor by the allotted time, then they all die. So they are forced to kill each other. Very gory, fun, a lot of action, a lot of silly lines in it. It was interesting because I had to put the subtitles on because they're kept showing like signs or little intermission things, but they were all in Chinese, so the only way I could know what it was saying was to put the subtitles on with the dubbed version. And it was kind of funny because the subtitles and the dubbing didn't match. Like, they would say something totally different. And they said a lot of like weird things. Like, I thought it was kind of funny because I thought like this is how they interpret how us Americans speak or something. They use like silly phrases like radical and, you know, you're cool, and just things that teenagers would not say. So it was kind of funny. Quentin Tarantino's, I read somewhere, said that this was the best film in 20 years and he had wished he had made it, so this is why I watched it, because I love Quentin. So, you know, it was kind of a Kill Billy type thing with a lot of blood and stuff, but a really good film, kind of a little twist at the end. It kept you involved through the whole movie. A fun movie, probably a fun movie to watch with friends, you know, at a party. People compare it to the Hunger Games. I haven't seen the Hunger Games, so I have no desire to see that, but they say this is like a more bloodier version of it. So, Battle Royale, I'll give it a 8 out of 10 because it was a really good film. It was a really good story. It kept me really interested, and just a fun flick. Okay, last but definitely not least, Cabin in the Woods. I love this movie. A really good flick. A lot of scary moments, a lot of jump moments, a little bit of humor in it. People said that it wasn't what you expect, but from what I saw in the previews, it really was exactly what I expected. So I don't know. I don't know about why people are saying that, but it's people that go to Cabin in the Woods and other people controlling things. I mean, it's just like the preview says. There's one thing in the previews that kind of gives something away that should have kind of been a surprise. I really wish that movie makers would watch that. You know, when you do previews, don't show all the good parts and don't give away stuff that, you know, ruins the surprises in the storylines. So there was that one little thing that they kind of ruined for me that I knew, and you'll have to see it because I'm not going to give any spoilers. And there's one part of the movie that comes to such a climax. I mean, it is insane. Just an all-out, free-for-all, crazy, insane horror fan's dream. It has a lot of blood and guts and just craziness in it. There's not any movie out there like this. Cabin in the Woods it's original. It's not a rip-off from anything. I've heard people say they felt like it was a rip-off of this and that, and it's like, no, I've never seen a movie like this, never. It's a fun movie. It's got everything a horror fan could want. They do a lot of homages to other horror films. You know, they mention little things, and there's little objects in there. You just got to really watch. I mean, it's really a film made for horror fans. I mean, they made this movie for us, and we all need to go out and see it. Cabin in the Woods. Don't miss it. And I gave Cabin in the Woods a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I took away 1 point was the end. I kind of felt like there could have been a little more to that ending. And the one thing they spoiled for me in the previews, that really made me mad too. So I took away 1 point. But I still think this could be the movie of the year for horror fans. So, telling you, don't miss it. Go out and see it. It's big in the theater, and that's how it should be watched, big. And when it comes out on DVD, I'm buying the DVD because I'm telling you, this is one for the horror fans. Gotta see it. Okay, so that's all 3 movie reviews. Hope you enjoyed it. Pleasant screams.